I
8 or
have a
4.
thing
Alright.
at 9. That sounds like enough time to get food.
Get fucking food.
Does it?
That was a nice explosion.
Yes.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah,
I almost got us penalized too because I made fucking maximum accidentally score in the test run.
Ooh, that was a nice passing play. It's very clean.
You're clean. Got him again.
So here, Wampee, you're the first man. Just go and challenge this. Because if it gets past you, blackline and Max back here. Just waited.
Yeah, I think Max pulled up too close too.
I mean, Max is fine where he is. Because if instead of waiting on the wall here and then jumping, if Wampee went full speed, kept all his momentum, and then jumped out when he jumped, and Wampee won this, then Max should be like here.
Yeah.
Do you get it? But being here is perfectly fine because you can go back and then you'll be third man. So like, if he gets past this, then either if it's like right here, Max can go for it, or if it's like back here, then you'd probably be able to go for it. So either way, Max is fine where he is. Don't double commit. I feel like
Don't tell me what to do.
I tried to go for the bump and
Yeah.
slash up, and I didn't even know that happened because I didn't really watch them. Like I watched like 2 of them. That was like the first 2 that we lost.
Yeah. I'll see this from Marby's perspective. Yeah, he probably thought Max was going back, and then Max turned. My guess is Max never saw Marby. So this is probably a communication thing.
There wasn't much communication in this one. That's kind of why I picked this one.
Yeah. Because like here, realistically, either person can very easily turn for this. But I would say this one should be Max because how much closer he is, because turn for this is way closer than Wampee trying to get a good angle on it. Going for it. Wampee just be staying back the page here. But again, this has to be communicated so that Max says that he's going to turn, so Wampee knows to stay back here. Or if Wampee wants to call out that he's going, then Max can turn out.
Yeah, the funny part was the 2 that we lost. That's where we had the most communication. That's why I was kind of sitting here. I was like, "Well, it's not even worth like."
I did it. Oh, I forgot about that.
Just good clear. Max should have turned for this up the wall. So right here, see that blackline's going back, so he's going to be defending. Wampee's not going to be able to challenge ball, so Max needs to go up this wall and challenge T-Rex instead of going back, giving them space. So they can just throw it down to. I mean, Max ends up challenging again, but T-Rex should have had a much better pass down to Soldier. They could maintain a lot of control. Where really Max should be going up, challenge this ball right here. So
even if he misses, at least it's pressure.
yeah, you don't even need to, like when you challenge on the wall here, you don't even need to jump off the wall, because if you jump and miss, that can put you out and like over here out of play for a while. So if you don't think you're gonna be able to get a touch, you can just stay on the wall and then just drive back, because it just being your presence being there forces them to do something.
Make him flick and he'll be out of play. Like, granted, it'll be on our side of the field with him, but
yeah, but you're back and Wampee's working on getting back, so you'll have it covered. It's not really dangerous.
There's actually someone named T-Rex on the tyrants.
Yeah, I know, isn't it great?
Yeah, go back real quick, because I'm trying to figure out why I think this is the one where Max said he was going for it, and then like fucking like he missed, and I was just like, no. But yeah, I figured.
Yeah. And then you get put in an awkward spot here.
Oh, I hate this level.
Because I was about to just boom into Narnia.
Yeah.
He just
Yeah, that's fair.
cut rotation basically.
Wampee also took a super wide rotation here.
Yeah, that wasn't one that was called. That was just a reaction one.
Yeah, so we look here. Yeah, your turn is fine because you think, but then he calls off. It's like, okay, what I would do here probably is that once Max calls this, I would start to like go back.
No, that was on me. He didn't call that.
Oh, okay.
He
Yeah.
literally just turned.
All right, that's
interplat kicked in.
Yeah, because let me do that. Because you actually, this is perfect. It's a bounce here, then you can go for it and take control. The other thing that happens here is Wampee takes a really wide line to this boost. If he instead just cut here, he wouldn't be able to save this.
Yep.
Yeah, super wide rotation. I think by the time you realize, like, oh, this is dangerous, it's too late by that point.
Yeah, I reacted late too. I had a grandpa moment when it bounced at me. I was about to just double jump.
Yeah, at this point, because like at this point, it's hard to tell whether or not you're going to be able to get this, because the bounce is always awkward of being that close. So at this point, I would say, like say here, at this point, you should be turning, and then pick up the small pad, and then be back post and net, in case you do miss. So then if you miss, then you can go for it. So that play is not really on any one person, because you were there for the ball, and then Max cut, which surprised you, weren't able to react to when you thought he was going to hit it, but he missed. And Wampee had a right rotation, and could have had a much quicker rotation to save it.
Yeah, I hit that with my first.
Wampee should not be rotating ball side here. Is he trying to? Oh, he's trying to. Looks like he tried to get a bump, but then he keeps going to the corner. That probably confuses Max here.
Well, Max did for a lot of matches put himself in like weird positions where he's like driving backwards. Like that's all I heard. Like most times, like I'm backwards. I'm like, why? How are you backwards? It's like you had time.
I mean, I'm just saying that because from Max's perspective, he sees that Wampee's going for this corner, so he doesn't know what is Wampee doing here. And he does. So
he jumps for it too.
Yeah. So it looks like Wampee's trying to get this bump, but as soon as he doesn't get this bump, you need to turn away. Turn away from this play. Or maybe like turn that way, you should get another bump on him, or you just rotate back this way. Get back to net. Just want to make sure that you're never crossing paths and with your team, trying to, because that always confuses them.
You make love to each other and then it's a 3v1 at that point.
Yeah, because if Wampee wasn't here, Max probably would have gone a lot faster this ball and then would have beaten True Soldier. But he had to because Wampee was there. You're not.
I was in a bad spot.
Get behind. Yeah, you turned super early here. Get
going back post.
Back post and behind the goal line. Because even if you're even if here, so like back post would be ideal over here, but you could even be here and be fine for the situation because you're back post, and then as this crosses, you just come and hit that instead of being out there, just like super awkward for you. And somehow you guys don't get scored on.
I was keeping a good amount of pressure on, like, the majority of the time.
Yeah.
It's like Wampee couldn't, like, keep up. Like, he was doing good. There's just some moments where he just wasn't able to keep up with the speed, so I was kind of, like, on the border of ball chasing.
Yeah.
But he did pretty good on the clears. It's just been right there. That was on me.
Yeah, it was a good demo by them.
Yeah, I kept backing up instead of just trying to double jump. You'll see right here.
Yeah, like even here, this is being a little bit too aggressive because you're third man.
Yeah.
And then you start pushing it for the ball when it's not out of her. It's like even here, like I get you want to try to get that, but I would say just be safe and be back here. He still might have gotten the demo on you, but
Like I said, I just backed up.
yeah. In general, I'll just try to be more patient in that, especially as last man. Such a close passing play. It happens here again. Wampee going chasing the ball instead of letting Max take this.
Does it? He does the thing.
Yeah, I mean, this is a super hard habit to break, is to not rotate ball side, because like you want to get to the ball as fast as possible, but chasing the ball down and then keep chasing it as it bounces, where you can just cut here, wait for it to bounce, and then you can go. So this is just something like if Max notices that we're just going, like once he's like here, like you just need to call it, I got it, and then Wampee turns off and the Max will have it. Ideally, that's what would happen here.
What the? Huh? Okay.
You both go and then neither of you go. I think Max probably side flipped on accident here. He's probably wanted to jump up for this, but then got a side flip. That's my guess. No, the ball isn't up yet.
Yeah, I knew Wampee wasn't back, so I was like, I gotta go.
Yeah. I would just be careful. Again, this is Max's ball, not yours. Just get back post. Or, because like if this goes across, over here, then yeah, this is your ball to turn for. But this ball goes back this way, and you go all the way across, we actually could just do this. It's so much farther for you. Like, yeah, if you have the momentum and the ball's like here, and Max is like not moving, then yeah, that makes sense for you to go for it. But in this situation, I would say have Max go, just have you go in net. You could also call that you're going to go, and then Max knows just to rotate back to a safer position.
I went for a martini.
Oh, that was close. Oh, that's so close. Okay, I'll go back a bit. So here, when you turned to go to the ball, but Wampee is still right here. He's still going to be on the ball. Unless, so the only instance that this is good is if you call this, so then Wampee can get mid. But in most cases, Wampee's going to stay on this ball. He's going to try to get this mid somehow, and then you can be mid here, like in this vicinity. And then, because this gets out mid eventually. But because you are on the same side on the wall, because this pops out mid, because if you were like here instead, Wampee could have then possibly passed it out to you. Had a much easier chance of scoring.
Yeah.
That was a good pass by Max.
Yeah, I did too much at this point.
This is not ideal, having all three people this close together.
The circles are too close.
Just a little bit. Yeah. Max's pass out. This is Wampee's. Yeah. You just need to be a little bit more patient. Stay back towards here. And then once Game Strike pops us up, then you can go. That's an easy beat. Granted, you might do something different if you didn't go, but staying in general. Just play a little bit more patient since you're third man.
Yeah, I was kind of hoping that Max would have rotated back so I could have just power shot that, but he, like, cut in on it, so I was like, all right, fuck.
Mm-hmm.
No.
Because I know I said something there, like not like rude or anything. I was just like, oh man. He's like, sorry. I'm like, I know.
Mm-hmm. I want to see this from Max's perspective. So he hits it back out. He sees you like kind of midfield, and he still doesn't see you until here.
Yeah.
So unless it's like called explicitly, like super early, so like if it was called here, for Max to go back.
Yeah, I don't think I called this one at all. I think I just going.
Because like yeah, from your perspective, you can see how like you have a pretty decent angle on net here, but you also see both your teammates are right in front of you.
Yeah.
So you need to recognize like, okay, I can't go here. Like yeah, like this would be a nice opportunity, but both your teammates are in front of you, so you're like, okay, I need to play this more patiently.
Funny part is, before these games even started, while we were in the practice room just waiting, they were blowing us up relentlessly. But then when we actually play, they didn't blow us up nowhere near us. I was like, that's weird. Yeah, I know I called this one. And then I was just like, you go. And I just tried to lead one,
Oh,
and
that's
he ended up hitting it hard left.
I have to guess this is not the touch Max wanted.
No, because I told him I'm going down, and he was like, all right, and then he hit it hard left.
Yeah. Yeah, it happens. Like this is such a great setup. It happens.
Yep. That's all, man.
I'm not as concerned about the miss. I'm more concerned about you both being in the corner here.
Yeah.
Because you missing in the corner, but you're perfectly fine. Misses will happen. This idea that this would, if like Wampee should not be where he is right now. Because you're here.
He should have rotated out.
Yeah, I don't know. Oh, much from his perspective.
I knew my mindset during that time. I was just trying to have possession of the ball, just to get the guy ready. But
yeah, that's definitely your ball. Yeah, Wampee should have. So if we go back a bit more, once at this point, he should be rotating back post here.
Hell, could blow up mid during that process too.
Yeah. Or he could look mid, see True Soldier. True Soldier was also going back though, so it's not really anyone mid to demo. Like Game Strike is right behind him, but you're trying to get back. So, yeah, he should be working along like this boost path line. Get back in here in case something goes wrong. But. It's good 50.
Yeah, that's all I was hearing. It was fucking good ass 50. I was like, I know.
Oh, good play.
Then a quick turn on the ball. I got taught by Permo about the 50s. Fucking, like, especially for twos. We were playing against GCs. He's like, watch this shit. I was like, okay. And fucking, he like literally sits behind the ball, and as soon as the guy goes to jump, he does like a little front flip.
Yeah.
Or just like a regular jump, and fucking the 50 favors for him, even though he did little effort. I think that double commit was kind of on me.
So here, Wampee should have turned before you spawned, because he knows you just got demoed, or he should know that you got demoed. So as soon as Max is here, yeah, T-Rex might, or one of them might bang it down, but even if you spawn this side, it's not really dangerous because you're going to be able to defend when you spawn. So like around this time, I would say Wampee should be working on turning back mid in case Max wins this. He should work on getting there if it goes across, instead of going all the way back. And this only becomes a double commit because he waits until here, and you were already going. So I think you were fine here, because we watched this from your perspective. You get demoed. You spawn, grab boost, like, oh, I gotta go. And Wampee's just now turning. I wouldn't really say that's on you. It's more on Wampee because he didn't turn sooner, and he realized like, oh, I gotta turn now. But by the time he turned, you were already going.
I know I think this is one of them. I think this is the match where he had an easy run in to the goal and he ends up slapping it in the side of the wall.
Don't go all the way back for boost.
Yeah, I realized that yesterday. I sat there, I was like, I know I'm gonna hear this one.
Yeah. When your team has pressure on the offense, do not abandon them. Just because there's all these small boost pads. You can just like even going back here, like even that's kind of far back, but
Like I said, first 2 games, I was doing all that. Then as it excelled further into the series, I started doing the classic, let's go for the far back.
yeah.
And like I said, I even told them, I was like, I'm away. I was like, I ran away.
Yeah. So like, so this is kind of awkward because so ideally here, Max should be working on, so ideal rotation at this point in time. I know you kind of mid flip, but once you land, so we look here. Ideally, you want to like kind of rotate back this way into here because so that if Threshold puts past Wampee, you'll be here for it. And then Max can work on getting mid if Wampee wins this, it's going to cross mid, Max can then score. So yeah, I would make sure, like, even because I think he had 19 boosts at this point, just grabbing this one pad and getting back here because you don't need a ton of boost. And you can kind of just hover and grab small boost pads as they show up. And I think that, I mean, I can say this now, but I think that mid one spawns shortly. Yeah, it's right there. I mean, obviously you didn't know that moment, but just try to make sure.
I normally count them as soon as I see someone take it because it takes 10 seconds for it to spawn up again.
Yeah. But yeah, just make sure. Just try to not leave this much space between where your teammates are and where you are. You're not being helpful in the play at all. You have to takes a bit of time to get back into the play.
I already knew the flip was coming.
What? These rotations are like seem so awkward at this point in time.
At this point, I was just trying to try to keep spacing a little bit because, like,
No,
you know,
yeah.
we
I'm
weren't
just
rotating like how we normally would.
you keep that there. It just seems like, well, I almost went in. I've been insane.
Yeah, I saw him going for it, so that's why I backed away.
Yeah.
Which is good because he probably would have had the flick on me. Granted, Max is coming around.
Yeah, it just seems like only one person is challenging and no one is ever there to support them. So if we go back a bit more. So this is where you go all the way back, which is fine. We already talked about that. Wampee goes for the bump. Back on this. So when you're getting back here, instead of going behind him, once you see Max get this touch, try to get to mid. Because Wampee's going back. You can see stars flip right here. I mean, you might not even be in your view. Yeah, he's just leaving your view now. So like here, I would start to get mid, or tell Wampee to get mid. Because as this can come across mid, now they have all this space that they don't have to worry about a shot. And then you go into it, but then again, there's no one there to follow it up. Like, it's right at their net, but still, there should be like someone close by. So while you guys are like staying in their offense, you don't really have any pressure on them. So they don't really feel threatened at all.
I'll tell you this much: in the beginning of the series, for how much we were trying, they definitely didn't feel pressured. And I was like, all right, I'm getting not with the team,
Yeah.
just the outcome of what was going on.
Yeah.
Because like we were communicating so hard, like I was literally like telling Wampee go 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 go, and then like I said towards the end, I was just kind of like, you know what, I'll sit back and just let them do their thing.
Yeah. Like, this is another example. Like, it's easy to say take screenshots and not see like the full rotation, but this is another example of like, this is good just up backboard. We just need someone to be there to try to finish or a 50 game strike. They just have so much space to control it or bring it back out.
That happened throughout the series.
Yeah.
It did. You guys had the best match official for your series, by the way. I just want to.
Hey Maple, how you doing?
Hey
Thanks,
buddy.
dude.
How you doing?
Oh,
How you guys doing?
that's the one where I was like, dude, you're clear.
I want to take a look at it from his perspective. I think if he just drove it in, the defender was going to get to this one.
I agree with that. I think he had to try and put it in that spot.
If he just...
But what I would have tried to do if I was him was maybe look at putting it behind the defender, because Game Strike is also coming in full. He's boosting like crazy.
Yeah.
And I think if you would have tried to put it behind him, you might have gotten it anyways.
Yeah.
Or even just above him, because he's going so fast, he's not going to get good vertical.
I think when I was watching it, like when it happened, I don't think I saw the yellow guy there.
Mm.
And now,
but he absolutely, if he just tries to drive it in, I totally agree with Koenig.
Yeah, you don't see him until now, but yeah, like at the perspective, it's hard to see. But yeah, Game Strike 100% would have saved this if he just drove it in.
Yeah.
So from my angle,
yeah.
Just walked it.
And honestly, what a good play by True Soja.
Yeah.
Because he has the thought process to, he hits the brakes just before he hits it, so he hits it up instead of forward. It was really a good play by him, a good defensive play.
A bit of a double commit, but I know the sense of working.
Yeah.
I would be like, I know the sense of working, but why is Wampee jumping from his defense?
Yeah, he apologized. I was like, it's all good. Just keep focusing on the game.
Yeah,
Like
like
basically all I do is babysit. I was like, all right, don't worry about it.
Like, yeah, he has a better angle, and you can't see him, so it's kind of awkward. But he should not be jumping from this far away, because he's not going to beat the other guy that went up. And then Max makes a really good play here to finish it out. But yeah, for the most part, it's like there was a lot of times where, like I kind of talked about before, how you guys were in their half a lot, but you didn't have any pressure on them just because it was one person, then it was the next person. It was not a full team effort to keep offensive pressure.
Yeah, our spacing was pretty bad at that point.
Yeah. I mean, that might just been that one moment, but it probably happened other points in the series as well if it happened in this game.
I know it happened in the beginning, and I think our last game where literally it came down to the line, because this is second to the last.
Yeah.
Then we just really started kicking full gear. But yeah, throughout the series, it was like those moments where I'll beat it off the wall, but then there's no one there. And then you saw me on this match driving all the way back to and probably doing line.
Yeah. Yeah, the biggest things I've noticed was just a lot of double commits. Sometimes two of you guys are in the corner. Don't let, so just make sure, play a little more patiently. Don't rotate ball side, and you can play it a lot better. Just fix those few things.
Yep.
Is there anything, other questions you had or want me to go over again?
No.
Why am I bad at this level?
I kind of knew that I made some so like I even told them, I was like, I made a few O's. This 1-2 guys, like it's not just one person, it's not just two people. It was a team thing.
Yep.